What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Pacific and how it was a disaster and how people were kind of disappointed with it. And honestly, my thoughts as well. So, as you guys know, the Warzone was first released and launched the start of 2019, or maybe the end of 2019. And, obviously, Modern Warfare was first, then Warzone, then Cold War, then Vanguard. And we played all the Call of Duties. And so, because we're not playing Cold War anymore, and we kind of not really playing Modern Warfare anymore, the only games we can really enjoy out of Call of Duty is going to be the Warzone or the normal Vanguard itself on the disc. That's, Team Deathmatch and shit. So, in today's video, we're going to be explaining everything about Caldera and Pacific. So, as you guys know, at the end of 2019 was when Warzone was released and launched. We played it, and it was free. We played it until this year, the end of this year, 2021, December 8th, was the day they permanently destroyed and nuked Verdansk to move on to a different map. As you guys know, in the progress of Season 6 to all the seasons above, they just released a new game called Vanguard. We're kind of like, okay, well, this is a little weird. We already have Cold War, Modern Warfare, Warzone. What's with Vanguard? So we look up Vanguard, and it said trailer, alpha, beta, stuff like that. We played it, alpha, beta. I didn't like the alpha or beta because it was weird. And then I played the they had this like free. I don't know. It was like a free bundle where you could play Vanguard for like a week or two for free. And so I played it for a week or two, and it was fun. It was really fun. Even my boys loved it. And I was like, shit, okay. So Vanguard, not bad. But then the 8th of December hit. They nuked Verdansk. They blew it up. We had so many memories. We had 3.5 years on that map. Best map, kind of the best. It wasn't as bad, okay? And then the December 8th, boom. They nuked Verdansk, they get rid of Verdansk, and they made this new map called Caldera. Caldera is a South African Pacific island that is on an island. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm kind of like, okay, so we're all kind of like hyped about it. We're all waiting for it. And then I had to wait, the 10th of December, because, they had an early access. If you actually owned Vanguard fully, you could play it 24 hours before it actually launched. So you could play it. I was watching some streamers play it. I kind of watched a couple of other streamers started playing Pacific, but not a lot of people were live because a lot of people don't fully have Vanguard. So I had to go to like different, social medias to find someone playing Pacific to see all the behind the scenes. And my first impressions was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is all right. And then the 10th of December hits. This is 2 days after the exclusive ends, and then the full game is free and everything goes live. I then join it, and we played it for 2 days, and it was fun as hell until the third day. And it's also not just me who's also raged. I literally. Now, by the way, these past 3 days, I'm joking when I say it was fine, but it really isn't. Because the first day, I had glitches after glitches. And then the second day, I was kind of like, okay, we'll do Plunder. We played Plunder. There's so many glitches. The third day, I just raged the entire day. The third day was today, but in the morning. And I was supposed to play that for like 10 hours, and I just said, fuck it. There is so many problems with Caldera Pacific. And I reckon Verdansk, I think was better than Caldera. Obviously, people are all gonna say, we wish old Warzone was back. And I do agree. I wish Warzone went back to the original. I know Warzone is trying to mix things up because you see other video games going to different things. And you see Forza 5, they did the Mexican, the Mexico update. It was sick, by the way. Coolest country idea ever. And then you have Warzone kind of copying the idea of going with that tropical vibe. And so they took Pacific Caldera into this map that is supposed to be a World War II vibe from the Vanguard game. So now let's talk about everyone else for an example. There are so many people who have said, "Fuck Caldera, we want Verdansk back." I do get it. I really do. Verdansk is kind of that map that is bushy, it's high, it's got weird, it's got a lot of weird shit. We'll get to the glitches in a minute, but Verdansk was just 10 times better than Caldera, and I'm sorry to say this, but the developers are wrong. The people who made the map said Caldera in Pacific was supposed to be bigger than Verdansk. There is no way Caldera is bigger than Verdansk. Verdansk is overly bigger than Caldera. You would have to fit 5 more maps into Caldera just to make up for Verdansk, because Verdansk is just way bigger. That's also the number one thing that people have been talking about is Caldera being so tiny compared to Verdansk. Verdansk was just it was worldwide. With Caldera, it's a little island, and the developers say Caldera is bigger than Verdansk, and I'm like, where the fuck are you getting that from? They need to get their glasses checked, because motherfucker, Caldera is smaller than Verdansk. Caldera covers up prison to port, and that's it. It's not even big than the entire Verdansk map. I think Caldera is smaller than Verdansk, so that's about that. I've seen a lot of streamers, a lot of pro competitive players who've also kind of quit the scene a little and went to a couple of different games, or even had a week off because of this update. It's only been a couple of days and people are already whinging and whining and raging, and I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not against that, because I'm raging too. I've played this for 3 days and I've raged in every live stream I've played in Caldera. It's bad. But it's like, yeah, I don't know if streamers and stuff like that enjoy Caldera. I mean, it's been out for 3 days, 4 or 5 days. So obviously people who've played it more than I have, because I had the exclusive 24-hour early access to Caldera. It's just, in my opinion, it's hard to explain, but we're gonna get to every single thing. So, because Vanguard is supposed to be that kind of World War vibe, people are saying it's World War One, World War Two. I mean, I don't really care. It looks like a World War game, honestly. And the thing is, they changed a lot of things up. Now, when you go into a game, just say if you're going into a normal game, you can't have a normal weapon. Those normal weapons can't be picked, and they can't be changed. But you can change the Vanguard weapons into your loadout. You can do all that. But with the normal gun, you have to kind of just look at it and just not use it, because you can't use you can't use a normal gun in the Vanguard. But yeah, so if you're doing solos, duo, quads, trios, whatever the one you're doing, you can't use a normal gun. You can only use a World War gun. So Warzone has released a bunch of World War guns that you can obviously put tacs on and optics on and stuff like that. In my opinion, there's no real point doing a loadout. Maybe the next time I play the game, maybe I should make a loadout, because I haven't done that yet. I don't personally know changing out a loadout it's going to be a good thing or not. So next time I do play Call of Duty, I will do that, if you do get your loadout in the game. The money in the game, so like buying UAVs, self-res, precisions and stuff like that. They're all cheap now. They're all 4,000 to 6,000. I think they originally had 4,000, but they're now up to 6,000. Um, just so you can run around the map and get money and get those little, UAVs, self-reses, stuff like that, precisions and shit. So I kind of noticed that because in Verdansk they had 4,000 to buy UAVs and shit, and now with this Caldera Pacific they only made it like 6,000. So it's kind of a little expensive, but it's like what, $200 over that. I mean, like, it's not bad. But yeah, so that's that. With Plunder, it's that. I mean, I've played Plunder, and with Plunder it's a bit different because with Plunder you can actually spawn in with a normal weapon. You don't have to use the Vanguard weapons. But with the Solar, you do. So all the Solar and Battle Royale, quads, trios, duos, and solos, you gotta use the Vanguard weapons. You can't use a normal gun. But with Plunder, it's a bit different. You can use the normal gun, so it's kind of weird. Um, I mean, Caldera Pacific it's not fun for Plunder. I played Plunder for like 3 days. I did a couple of matches and I'm kind of bored with it because all you're doing is spawning, dying, spawning, dying, spawning, dying, and then you're respawning in those like couple minutes. That's not fun, Plunder's just a respawn. It's just a training. It's like a training simulator or something like that. It's like you got to train your aim to the best, to get, you know, used to your aim sensitivity or get, good kills. I feel like Plunder was better in Verdansk because it was bigger and it felt like a battle royale, but with Caldera, it's no point doing Plunder because Plunder feels so bad in Caldera. It just feels so bad. Even using a normal weapon in this map, it just feels weird. So I'm not personally doing Plunder, is what I used to. I'm just going to be doing a lot of normal matches. Um, I would say the yeah, it's like I'm kind of bored with doing Plunder because you're dying, you respawn. It's like a pattern until the game ends, until the next game. It's kind of boring. So I kind of wanted to mix it up a little because I've been doing so much Plunder for years now, and it's kind of like I got to move out of Plunder because Plunder for some reason doesn't feel professional than doing a normal game. So I'd rather do a normal game instead of Plunder. I would say the only times I do Plunder is if I want to train my guns out and shit. So it's going to be kind of like an aimbot, kind of training booth just to aim with the Vanguard weapons and shit to see if they're good or not. But yeah, I'm not going to be really focusing on Plunder anymore. I'm going to move on from it, and I think all the boys should move on from it because it's really nothing. It's not competitive. Getting kills and shit isn't good for Plunder. It's just like even professionals say that. It's like a lot of professional Call of Duty pro players out there say Plunder's really nothing. I do get that. So doing normal matches is probably the best strategy. Just do normal games, honestly. Plunder's just it's dead. It's boring. You're doing the same thing over and over again. It's not entertaining for the stream, so there's no point really doing that. But yeah, move on from Plunder. So as you guys know, you do a normal game, you only get spawned with Vanguard World War guns instead of the normal guns, so that kind of sucks. I want to talk about one gun in particular that is actually annoying people a lot. People have found out that the LMG submachine gun in the game, I don't know if it's the heavy or the light, um, there's some recoil with it. And I ain't just talking about a little bit, I'm talking about a lot of recoil. You shoot that thing, it's just, I can't explain. It's going all over the place. It's like how the fuck do you aim with the thing? It's crazy. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's an LMG or maybe it's like a machine gun of some sort, like an LMG. You know, it's in. Oh man, it's just the recoil on it is so broken. So they're probably gonna nerf it. They're probably gonna nerf and update that. So hopefully they do because that LMG is broken. Um, it really is broken, and I used it. The first day I used it was when I was at Peak, the new location in Caldera. That's where like the mountain is, and I landed there. I pick up the LMG and I'm like trying to shoot at dude, and my gun's going like all over the fucking place. So it's kind of like, yep, okay. Dropped the gun and just picked up something else. The shotguns are not as good. If you're on controller, maybe it's a little bit better for you guys. But if you're on a PC like me, you're not gonna be really enjoying the shotgun as much. That's why I don't usually pick up the shotguns anymore because it's yeah, shotguns doesn't feel good when you're on PC. It was better back when Verdansk was having the normal shotguns because the World War shotguns are just too recoil and they don't feel good and they don't kill people in time. So I feel like the old Verdansk shotguns, like the 2 pump barrel, some shit, was way better. Or the fucking drum. You know that drum shotgun where you could grab it and you just spam it? They don't have that because you can only pick World War guns in the new Caldera Pacific. So it kind of sucks. So that's that. Um, plunder, plunder. I'm about to sneeze. Give me a minute. But yeah, plunder was, ever since Caldera Pacific came out, plunder's had some issues recently. This is where we start talking about glitches and shit. In plunder, you can't. Half the time you can't pick up other weapons. You can't pick up cash, and you can't go through the little box chest crates where you open it up, boom, gun, couple weapons come out. You can't pick them open, So it's you're walking around the map trying to pick up money to save up. I don't know what you would save up for, but like maybe a UAV or something. Because plunder, you already technically have everything. You already have a pretty good loadout. Um, so technically, you're walking around the map. You're trying to find loot. You're trying to find some money, some cash, some little random bits of like, ammo. Um, and you're walking around the map, and you come across money. You can't pick it up. You can't go through crates. You can't go through the loadout crate. Um, so that kind of sucks. And it's just, and there's glitches also where if you were to open the supply box, you would have a STG-44, but then it randomly changes into a shotgun. This also happens on a normal game or plunder, so that kind of sucks. You can't pick up ammo, you can't pick up money, and it's just really buggy too. There's a lot of dropping frames. You also get pack burst every 5 minutes. Um, you also get randomly hit out of the sky. I've actually got knocked probably 10 times today by just ungliding my parachute and getting knocked the fuck out by something, and then I unglide and then I die or get knocked. So that's also a problem. A lot of guns are going to have to get nerfed as well and get updated. I think the LMG is also broken with recoil if you're on a normal game. If you're on Plunder, there's audio problems. There's a bunch of glitches and rendering issues. There's a lot of packet bursts every 2 to 5 minutes. Another thing, what was kind of stupid too, the vehicles that they added in Verdansk, you can now get those vehicles and they're in Plunder. So if you ever do Caldera Plunder, you will come across the Verdansk weapons like the Jeep, uh, the buggy, the truck, stuff like, all those old vehicles from Verdansk. They've pushed it over to Caldera. So when you do Caldera Plunder, you're not going to see the old little Jeep and the Jet. You're going to come across the buggy and the Jeep from Verdansk to Plunder. If you do normal games, you can then see the Jet and the buggy and the Jeep, and that's it. Or the truck, I should say. Or the truck with the mounted machine gun, the turret, I should say. That was also added for that technically it's like separated. It's like the old vehicles from Verdansk is sticking in Plunder, and then when you're doing normal games, it's only the jet, the jeep, the 4-tie truck with the torrent, and I think something else. I don't know. I think that's it. Um, and I'm trying to think if there's any other vehicle. I think there's 2 different trucks in Caldera. They have the normal truck, and then they have the other truck that has a torrent. I'm pretty sure that's true. If not, I don't fucking know. Because I do remember one day me jumping on a truck and there was a torrent and I used it to shoot some motherfuckers with it. That was like probably my second live stream on Caldera, so wasn't bad. But yeah, there's a lot of rendering pack, but a lot of glitches. Gulag also is kind of glitched as well because you get spawned from Gulag, and when you first step into the Gulag, there's a whole you can see the underneath the map. You can see underneath the map, and it's pretty bad if it's your perspective. Yeah, there's so much with Plunder. You have there's packet bursts, rendering issues, vehicles teleport, jets that crash randomly right at you. You have vehicles that randomly spawn in front of you, and then you have it's just mind blowing, dude. It's like how there's so many glitches, man. Let me see if I can list them all. You got packet burst, you got rendering, you got disabled vehicles, you got teleportation, you have rendering issues when you're underneath the map when you're doing gulag, you randomly spawn right in there. You're gonna have the entire gulag where you can see the underground and literally see through the map. It's crazy. The 6th thing, audio problem. There's also gun delay. There's also like flapping audio, meaning like it will turn off and on and off and on. You will have what's the others? You get knocked out of the sky randomly from like random shit, like invisible trees or some shit. And then the 10th thing is the entire fucking game is glitched. You got characters literally. Now today, my character didn't render properly. It was glitching. My dude apparently picked up the ground and was walking with it. And then I picked up a gun that was so glitched it turned into that, that gun glitch where it looked like a transformer fucking big black bar thing, which is annoying as shit. And then you have the one where you melee a dude and your gun randomly is invisible, but you still see the tip of your gun. I'm just like, how many fucking glitches? And then if you're in a normal game, you have to nerf all the guns. You have to watch out from teleportation, render issues, packet bursts. You got to watch out from your operator from like dropping, desyncing underneath the map of exploit. I'm just like, how is this even a game right now, dude? And I'm just like, Verdansk didn't have any of these problems. I remember dropping 28 or 30 kills in each second game. And by the way, dying from hackers, dying to people who are just better. And it's just like, I had that all today and I was just kind of ragey the whole day with it. So, in my opinion, I think Verdansk was better. And I think Caldera Pacific is shit. I'm gonna give it a couple of chances, and if it ain't gonna change, there's no point in me really playing it. So that's all I gotta say. I mean, realistically, it's only been out for a couple of days, and it's already glitching, lagging. There's so many bugs, glitches, and the only thing that is good about the game is it's starting to not lag as what it used to. The packet burst is okay. It's not as bad. But it's like the rendering is now going to be the issue. Because I'm walking in buildings with rendering issues. That also might be lag. I don't know why. Warzone is just telling people to get a PC and get a better VPN. That's what Warzone's telling us. Because us console players are dealing with the fact that we don't have better servers. Plus, there is still no FRV for some fucking reason. We don't have FRV. FRV meaning where you can have your character full, like, FRV a little bit outer so you can see everything. Because on console you only got 50 FRV. You're like so zoomed in, it's claustrophobic. You're so fucking zoomed in, you can't see where the fuck you're going. So I kind of blame it on that too. Um, and also the map is very weird too. You got high ground, you got low ground. It's just like a lot of high ground, low ground, so you don't know where a player could be. A lot of campers, camping in bushes and trees, and people are somehow climbing on a tree. Like, I'm so confused. How do you climb a tree in Warzone? Like, people are literally getting on trees and fucking climbing it to the top to snipe people. I'm mad with it, bro. It's really a fuck up. I was playing with me and Dr. Ninja Ghostwriter were playing today, and we just raged the fuck out of it. We really did. But guys, that is gonna be it for me. I'm gonna say my thoughts. It's a fuck up. It's disappointing because everyone was so close to this new map and everyone was so hyped about it until it launched a couple of days playing it, and it's fucking trash. Even the competitive pro players have been saying it. Even people who aren't competitive have been saying it. So it's like Caldera was a fuck up, and it was a disappointing. And I think Verdansk was way better than Caldera. I think Caldera was trash. I don't think it's a good map, and I think they got to change something up. They got to. So, but that's gonna be it. What do you guys think about Caldera and Pacific? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe and be cool. See you guys then. Peace out.